Hey hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. Today I wanted to have a look at this interesting subreddit called Unique Ironman. Essentially what the whole point of the Reddit is to create and theory craft unique Ironman ideas that helps kind of restrict the account. So an example of this is the caveman Ironman, very popular one. Slayer only Ironman, the one I made, or even 10 HP Ironman or stuff like that, are all part of this kind of classification of restricted Ironman. So to start off here, why do people decide to play an Ironman with extra restrictions? And the kind of simple answer is it's just kind of fun. My comparison is comparing a regular account to an Ironman account. When you start playing an Ironman for the first time, everything seems new, it's fun in a different way, you learn things about the game you'd never knew before. So making a restricted Ironman is kind of just one step further. It's kind of going from like weed to coke to heroin or something. It's like kind of that progression of just getting more and more and more challenging, and that's why I think people play it. So there are kind of three main categories of these restricted Ironman accounts. There are area restricted accounts, skill restricted accounts, and item restricted accounts. So a few examples of area restricted accounts are a swamp only Ironman, the caveman Ironman, Zaya only Ironman, Karamja only Ironman, and general store only Ironman. An example of a skill restricted account is a mage only Ironman, slayer only Ironman, the one skill at a time account, if any of you guys have seen that, or the 99 one at a time. An example of an item restricted Ironman is the no coins Ironman, so you never use coins, Nudist Man mode, which is you never equip any equipment, or a no store Ironman. So I'm gonna go through and have a look at some of my favorites here. I'll leave a link in the description for the Reddit if any of you guys want to go check it out. So the top voted one of all time is Nudist Man. Essentially it's an Ironman that cannot equip any items. So it kind of seems like a joke at first, but if you go down to the comments you can actually see a bit of discussion on how to do it. This guy's like, you gotta rush your prayer, then nightmare zone overloads for training your melee combats. This would be very challenging in a few ways. Mainly you can't get very fast combat experience, but also, you did die so quickly, you'd have to save spot a lot of stuff. I'm not personally interested in this, but it sounds fun for someone who might be able to do it. Another very impressive log that I saw the other day is the Ultimate Ironman Slayer only account. Now, it's a little bit different than mine, as in the fact that you can still do anything as long as the intent is to train your Slayer, but he's also an Ultimate Ironman, which makes it like 20 times harder in my series. Mad respect for this guy. He actually has a really awesome long log. I'd definitely go check out if you get a chance, but it's pretty much what I'd strive to achieve on my own account eventually. So one really interesting account build that I think would be a lot of fun is a no coins Ironman account, which initially doesn't sound too challenging, but it really is after I thought about it more. Obviously you can get tons of the equipment drops through Slayer, but there are so many parts of the games that require coins, like quests, buying Slayer equipment. It's just a very challenging restriction, but it sounds very unique and fun. And just a very simple restriction, because I found with my Slayer only account is the more convoluted and the more rules you have to make, the less meaning it kind of has. Like, this is simple. No coins, that's it. Do whatever else the fuck you want, really. That's why initially with mine I didn't want to have those restrictions, but it was just going to be too challenging without them. So a lot of you probably know of the caveman only Ironman, but they actually came out with a new one, the castle only Ironman. Kind of interesting, so only castles and anything in the near vicinity as far as I'm aware. We have Shrekscape, so it's only swamps. Interesting kind of thematic build. We have the Fremnik only Ironman, the Karamja only Ironman. So you can see the area restricted accounts are the most popular. Okay, so we also have the Pirate Ironman, so only allowed to travel on ships and hang out in pirate themed areas. So now there is a skill restricted account called a mage only account, so you only ever attack with mage. That would probably be not too challenging because magic is pretty strong, however it would limit you from certain things. Another skill restricted account is 99 one skill at a time, so it's not exactly what you think. You literally have to get 1 point in every skill, so you have to get all your skills to 7 and then get all your skills to 8, 9, 10, etc. That would keep a lot of variety, however it would be a little challenging when it comes to doing quests, which you probably wouldn't be able to do because you'd get a lot of skill experience. You have to wait till later to do them at least. So obviously pay-to-play accounts are the most popular, but there are some interesting ideas for free-to-play Ironman builds. There is the lower challenge, so players must only attack monsters with a lower combat. The higher challenge, players can only attack monsters with a higher combat. Bucket Man mode, a player must carry a bucket of water for every water source that they pass. For example, at the start of the game, the player must fill 2 buckets, 1 from each of Lumbridge fountains. That sounds terrible. The Lemur challenge, players can only move by clicking to chop on a tree. Carbs only, food is limited to bread, pizza without toppings, cake. The Nox challenge, players can only store gold bars in their bank, eliminating the regular currency. Anyway, there's just a ton of great ideas out here and fun little challenges to do. Anyway, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to do a little shout out for this interesting subreddit. There's some really good people on there making very interesting content that's actually pretty high quality, to be honest. And I think they definitely deserve a few more views and more exposure. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Link in the description for it, and I will see you next time.